Hey guys, MTest here, and they just released the Xiao Banner, or what's going to be on the Xiao Banner, and this one is actually kind of a banger if you're looking for some supports. Now, I've done videos on Xinyan. I talked about how Diona is one of the best characters in the game right now for the Spiral Abyss because they're able to cleanse. Both of these supports are insane if you need a cleanser for your team to get rid of debuffs in the Spiral Abyss. Now, Beto is also a decent character if you're looking for kind of like a main DPS that can counter or a sub DPS. I would say she's the weaker character on here, unless you love Beto. But my god, part of me wants to wish on this banner on my free-to-play God account, just so I can get some more Diona and Xinyan constellations. I don't know if I'm actually going to do it. But this is a pretty darn good banner. Now, if they had like Bennett on there maybe, or like Razor, it would be cracked. If it had like Razor instead of Beto, it would be one of the better banners I've ever seen. But this is a pretty damn good banner. Now, I did a whole video talking about Xiao today, and he is going to be kind of like a hyper carry. He gets crit in his build, like just from leveling up. And getting crit rate is one of the best stats you can get in the game. If you're looking at overall DPS, if you're looking at becoming a top tier damage dealer, crit rate or crit damage, one or the other, is going to be huge. And that's one of the reasons why D-Luke is so damn good. He gets crit rate built into his kit. And Xiao getting the same, he is going to be a top tier character. I think I would be surprised if he wasn't, especially if you are going that crit route. You can do some mixed sets with him, right? You could go and even use the Berserker set and Gladiator. You could use the Verdescent set as well as Gladiator. You can kind of mix and match, get those bonuses. But Xiao does look pretty darn cool. And then we've got these characters here. So this is a banner that if you are interested in Xiao, I think you got decently lucky. I think you did. I truly do think you got decently lucky. There's a healer on here. There's a really good support. I'm not going to say that they have the best synergies with Xiao, but overall, they're good characters, right? You can put them in multiple different teams. The shields they provide, the healing provided by Diona, the fact that they can cleanse. This is a banger banner. So if you guys are going to be wishing on Xiao, I think you're going to have a good account overall. I think it would definitely be worth it. I think that Xinyan gets a lot of really good constellations overall, but I've done videos on those characters, so make sure you go and look at those if you guys are interested. Now, that aside, I wanted to talk about some of the other stuff that's happening. They revealed all of the events. There's a bunch of news that dropped. 1.3 dropped. And this entire thing is going over all the story. Now, it said that there's like 20-something story quests or world quests that are going to be popping up. There's a bunch of adventure rank. They've got the story quests at adventure rank 23 and above for Xiao. So that's going to be a bunch of experience as well. But then there's going to be also the Alidus chapter, which is a story quest where you use a key. And you got to be AR 40. So there's actually going to be a lot of experience in this new 1.3 update. If you guys are interested in leveling up your adventure rank, that's exciting news. Now, there's going to be the Lantern Rite quest. And the Lantern Rite quest, you can earn some Primo Gems and different rewards. I don't want to get into all of these. Once these events actually launch, I'll talk about it a little bit more. But there's, I see in here a lot of Crowns of Insight. Look at this, Crown of Insight, talent level up materials, character level up materials, like books and all that stuff. There's just a ton of rewards in here, right? You can see that. But that's the big one here. Look at this. We've got Intertwined Fates, more Intertwined Fate, another Intertwined Fate, and there's actually a couple different events going on in 1.3 that are getting giving these Intertwined Fates. There's a login event separate from this that's giving Intertwined Fates. I think it's down here. Yeah, look at this. Another Intertwined Fate, 2 more Intertwined Fates, another 2, and then another 5. So, I mean, we're going to get like 15 wishes for free from these different events, on top of any Primo Gems that we're getting from the events as well. So you're actually going to have a lot of wishes. So, maybe if you haven't hit pity, you might hit pity here. So that's actually pretty sweet, and that was something that I didn't expect. I didn't expect this many wishes. There's like 20 or something free wishes. Now we've also got this camera event. Again, kind of basic materials, getting like Primo Gems and things like that. A lot of these events are all the same rewards we've seen over and over again. This is the wish that we saw earlier on, and this is the weapon wish. If you guys are interested in the weapon wish, there is a rust on here, and there is the flute and the sacrificial greatsword. I don't, on my accounts, I'm not going to be wishing on these things. If you desperately wanted something, you could, but I don't know. I don't really go for the weapon banners. That much. Now, the ley line overflow, I thought this was going to be longer. I thought this was going to be all month, but it's actually only like from the 26th of February to the 5th of March. And, I mean, that's fine. That's fine. I'm not going to cry about it, but I just thought it was a little bit longer. You still need to take advantage of this. I think you get 3 different ley lines per day during the event where you get double drops. So get that Mora, get those experience books when you can. This is just the Lanternlit Sky. This is just like the battle pass or whatever. And then we got a Keqing Wish. Now this one, this one's kind of interesting. We got Keqing, we got a Barbara healer, we've got Bennett on it, and then we've got Ning Wang. This banner is also like decent, like definitely decent if you need healers. I know a lot of people love Ning Wang. Keqing is pretty cool. I'd be like personally, even though I don't have Keqing on my free-to-play god, I'm skipping this banner. I don't really need the Bennett constellations. I don't really use Ning Wang. And Barbara, I feel like I've gotten like 10 of her. I don't really need any more constellations. But it's good to know that you have another shot at Bennett if you don't have Bennett, because he is an absolutely amazing character. That's pretty much it from this stuff, but there is more news for 1.3 that I do want to touch on really quick. Okay, so for this news stuff, you guys can read this. A lot of it we already know, and I've already made videos on it. I don't really want to go over it again. There's just not much to say, okay? There's not much to say. It's really hot in my office right now. I'm sweating, and I want to go to bed. Look at this. We're getting 300 Primo Gems for server maintenance, which is fantastic. Give me those Primo Gems. All those intertwined fates, I'm going to be wishing like a beast, potentially. Now, they talk about Xiao, they talk about Keqing, they talk about those banners. There's nothing too special in all this. And then they just talk about the dates for the events. Now, most of that, you know, we kind of touched on. It's not that big of a deal or like that important to talk about right now. When the events are here, we'll go over that. They go over the Stand By Me thing. Now, this is happening on February 10th. So this is actually where you can get Xin Yan, you can get Beidou, you can get Shang Yun. You can actually choose a free character. And that's happening February 10th to March 7th. Now, I don't know how long this is. Like, I don't know if you have just a long time to do this or it's going to take a long time to earn the character. I don't really know. But that is something to pay attention to. Now, if we go down further, they talk about this world quest here. 26 festive world quests? If those all give adventure rank experience, that's going to be quite a bit of experience to get. But also, typically they come with some experience books or talent books. So 26, even if they gave you like a couple books here and there, that adds up to a lot of resources for 26 different world quests. Even if they're giving you Mora and stuff, that's pretty sweet. They talk about the new geobishops coming into the game, and there's new enhancement materials with that. That's cool. But there's some stuff down here. Now, they talk about the Zhongli buff. And I feel like everyone's beat the Zhongli buff to death. Everyone knows what's going on with Big Dong Zhong. But there's one down here that I didn't realize they were doing. They're actually doing a small buff on Mona, or at least an improvement on Mona. Now, when you use the Illusory Torrent, when Mona is hit, she can use Illusory Torrent more quickly, as is the case with sprinting for other characters. Now, I've said multiple times that Mona can be a little bit clunky when you're trying to dodge around. She can be frustrating, especially if you get tagged. But if they're optimizing this and they're making it so you can move a little bit sooner, she's actually going to be a lot more mobile and she's going to be less risky. If you're fighting Fatui enemies and you get hit and different things, there's a lot of times where you essentially get stun locked with Mona and you just die. The other bad one is with Abyss Mages. Sometimes they do that swirling attack or they use the fireball attack and it stuns the piss out of you. Like you can't move. And if they're fixing this and you're allowed to at least move and dodge out of the way, she can use that sprint speed to get away, and you can be much safer using Mona. This is a huge buff. Honestly, movement in this game, being able to dodge and not take damage is huge. And so, fixing one of the biggest problems that I have with Mona, I'm super, super excited about that. They've got some idle animations, some little things like Dendro Slimes aren't going to aggro you from 9 million miles away, and it says they're updating the monster lineup on floor 12 of the Spiral Abyss. Interesting. Very interesting. So maybe they're gonna like make it harder for floor 12? Like maybe they'll add like Fatui? I don't know what they're gonna do here. I'd be surprised if they didn't add Fatui here to make it harder. They don't want you getting those Primo Gems, right? So we're going to have to see there what they end up doing. Other than that, it's just like little optimizations, little changes, and that's pretty much it. They talk about the geo balances that are coming, but for the most part, we've talked about this 500 different times. So that's it for me. Thank you so much for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed, and I will see you soon, my friends. Bye-bye.